I used to think that I knew about e-commerce marketing. Yesterday, I learned something super valuable and it was eye-opening to me, and it has to do with inventory. I remember working at Hawk Media after I was at an agency that ended up selling to them out in Santa Monica. The agency I worked at was remote, and ultimately they sold to Hawk Media. While I was at Hawk Media, I was media buying on accounts like NutriBullet, Taylor Stitch, a bunch of other accounts as well, but those were like the two notable ones. And I remember a media buyer there that was really smart that everybody looked up to. There were about 30 different media buyers at this agency. And this media buyer would tell us, he would just stress to us how important inventory is and understanding a brand's inventory position was as a media buyer. It would influence what products you pushed and what products you stayed away from. No matter what, if you looked at the ad account, that may tell you one story. Okay, this is the product that's going to win. But then you look at their inventory position and you realize they don't even have that product in stock. And it's crazy that it's taken me years to realize this, but he was right. His name was Alex. He works at Riot Games now. And if you're watching this, Alex, thank you. Recently, I was talking with somebody who has been at Under Armour from the early days. He has since exited Under Armour, done really well, and I get to work with him on one of the e-commerce brands that I work with. And he has explained to me the power of inventory. He kept stressing it. We were looking at a top-down approach, meaning we were saying, let's make 100,000 for easy math, 100,000 in net revenue. We were like, okay, how many shoes do we need to sell to do that? And we just plugged in a formula, 6% here of this shoe, 20% of this shoe, 80% of this shoe. I know that's over 100%, but you get what I'm saying. And I realized that approach, it is accurate to that it equals 100% of inventory total. It's not helpful because ultimately it's better to go from the units bottoms up approach. That's what I want to talk to you about in this video today. If you're an e-commerce marketer and you are not inventory planning from the unit level and saying, what do we have in stock to sell? When will we order more? What will we have then? And how many units do we expect to move to achieve the revenue goals that we are planning to get across the key categories that we have? 1 second. The downside to using my iPhone to record these videos is a lot of times I may get a call in between, and that's just what happened right here, but that's okay. So we keep going with the story. I end up realizing, okay, inventory matters. We need to understand how many units of inventory we must sell in order to get to the desired goal in revenue. Now that I understand this, I say, okay, now what we need to do is say, how many of each category are we going to sell across each month? And what I looked at is by style. Now you can break it all the way down to the size level, but I'm saying by style and category, what are we going to sell? So for instance, you may sell t-shirts, hats, shorts, shirts. Each of those levels, you would break it out. And I would recommend by style. So you'd have which shorts. So maybe you have short A, short B, short C. And how many units of those are you going to sell? Why this is so impactful is because without this, you're going to spend marketing dollars on one product and assume that everybody is going to then buy all the other products based on the inventory that you bought because it's just in stock. And I realized there was a lack of planning on my end, that I was fooling myself as to, yeah, we're going to hit this revenue number because we're going to drive this much traffic and this conversion. That may be true. We have all this other inventory sitting on the shelf. And if that's not planned for how we're going to drive traffic and awareness to those specific products as well, there's no way that's going to sell as much as the other product. And ultimately, that's going to lead to you selling more of this certain product that you're driving traffic to, which drives up those results, which drives you to then buy more of that product. But then you have this other product over here sitting and not getting any playtime. So I can't stress enough to you the importance, even if you're early in your Shopify store journey, of making sure that inventory is being accounted for in your planning of marketing. It's funny because somebody did tell me this. I could sit here and tell you, I wish somebody told me this, and they did tell me this. And what did I do with the information? I said, yeah, I understand. Okay, I'm going to go media buy. But now I get it in my heart, in my head, and in my planning. And my goal for this video is that you understand this, that you see, okay, Joe is explaining to me that I must get a spreadsheet, put on there, what revenue do I plan on getting based on the units that I'm going to sell of my products across the categories. This doesn't need to take more than 30 minutes to an hour. I used Triple Whale to get all of the data. I basically looked at it by category, which was nice. You can build filters in Triple Whale. Otherwise, it can be a nightmare depending on how you have your SKUs set up and your variants set up inside of Shopify. And Triple Whale made it super easy. So I'll put a link to Triple Whale in the description below. If you want to learn more about Triple Whale and get a free trial from them, or book a demo with them. And that'll pull your data right out of Shopify, right into Triple. And what's nice there is, as well as you can see like days of stock on hand based on your pacing of how many units you sold. And you can even set in there lead times. So that way you can say, okay, it takes two months or 9 months of this product to get in stock. So you can start to put those lead times and know when you need to order. But I hope that this lesson has been passed on to you, that it has sunk into your mind the way I wish it did with me when somebody told it to me years ago. But it has through experience and through learning. And I will never be the same marketer again. And my hope and desire is that it's the same for you. And the pinky promise here on this channel is that I will hold nothing back. So I'm sharing this lesson with you. My goal here is that these lessons will inspire 2025 e-commerce marketers by the year 2025. And if this positively impacted you in any way, let me know in the comments below. That's the only fee I ever ask. And until then, in the next video, go ahead and check out this video right here. I'm letting the algorithm recommend that one to you. And man, I just really wish that I understood the lesson when someone told me the first time, but hey, we're here and I get to share it with you now. So I'll see you in this video. Bye.